Okay, so this is a preview of our next project. It is a YouTube thumbnail for a video on fractions made for kids. There's a lot we can learn from making it, like blending modes, pixel selections, a lot really. So let's go ahead and start this project. And to start, we are going to list all the things that we need for this project. So first of all, we need to go into the home screen, and if you are in here, you can go into the home screen through this Affinity logo here, and we want a document the size of a YouTube thumbnail. Now there's a lot of these settings, but we're not going to cover all of them today, just the basics: page width and page height. To set these two settings, the width and the height, you just need to ask yourself a simple question. What do you want to make? Maybe a poster, a business card, or in this case, a YouTube thumbnail. Once you have your answer, what you want to do is to go into your web browser and just find whatever it and just find the size of what you want to make. So for example, YouTube thumbnail size, and let's just scroll around until we see an article we can trust. Well, this is an article from Google, the official owner of YouTube, so we can trust this one. Scroll down, and what we are looking for is something like this, and what we are looking for is something along the lines of image size or resolution, of which both are in here, so that's good. And this is what we are looking for: a number that goes something like this: number x number. In this case, it's 3840 by 2160 pixels. This will be the width and height of your document. And how it works is that the first number is actually the width, and the number besides that is the height. So, for example, 340 by 2160 means that the width is 3840 and the height is 2160. In a different scenario, for example, 1080 by 1920, the width here would be 1080, the height would be 1920. So just remember this format: W for width, X height. And note that we have our width here and our height. Let's input it to our Affinity document. But before that, we need to double check the units, because in the article it says 3840 by 2160 pixels. And the units here is millimeters. That's not the unit mentioned in the article. So change that to pixels. Now let's just type out the numbers from that article: 3840, 2160. And once that is done, let's just go ahead and click Create Document. Now we just need assets to fill this up. Like in our example, a chalkboard, a kit, and since this is going to be a fraction video, an image of pizza too. Or anything that you want to use for that can be used to demonstrate fractions, like pies, cake, anything really. So let's just start writing down what we are going to need. We are going to need a chalkboard, a kit, and pizza or pie or cake, anything for demonstrating fractions really? And anything else? Oh yeah, well, since this video is going to be made for kids, it makes sense that the thumbnail will be a bit cartoonish. So, if possible, find cartoonish versions. So now let's just go back into our web browser and start finding the first thing, a chalkboard. Cartoonish chalkboard image. Now at this point, you are probably tempted to go ahead and click on images here, but you shouldn't do that. Why? Because images in a search engine like this are more often than not copyrighted, meaning that if you use them, you could get sued. And let me just type that out again, sued, just to emphasize that. So instead, what we do is we look at the search results that are offering free downloads of cartoon chalkboard images. They are called stock image sites, by the way. But just to be double sure, let's add stock free download to our search term. And oh, look at that. We have Pixabay here, which is actually, in my opinion, one of the best stock image sites in the whole world. And why, you might ask? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and find one of a chalkboard that we want. And you'll get it once you go here into content license. And look at this. What are you allowed to do with content? We can use the content for free. So anything that is in Pixabay, we can download and use without worrying about being sued for copyright infringement. And we also don't need to credit Pixabay. So we can download and use images from Pixabay without having to say, oh, this image came from Pixabay, even though it is always appreciated. But here's a quick warning. Whether you use Pixabay or any other stock image sites, never assume there is no exceptions to free use. Okay, it's like typo there, but I type it in all caps, so I'm sure you still know it's a serious warning. Because yes, you can download content from Pixabay for free, but there are exceptions, as in cases where you are not allowed to use content from Pixabay. For example, using it in any immoral or illegal way, selling any content on Pixabay without modifying them in one way or another, or use it as part of a trademark, so something like a logo. And this is why it is important that before you download anything from a stock site like Pixabay, check the license terms. In our case, we are not doing anything immoral or illegal, and we are not using it for a logo. So it's fine to use this chalkboard here. So I'm going to download that. Click save. Oh, already exists, so I already downloaded it in the past. Okay, now let's check off one thing from our list. So chalkboard, we found one. Oh, and yeah, find cartoonish version. So, and this is one reason why I really like Pixabay, is that you can search up chalkboard and you don't have to add in something like cartoonish over here. Instead, you search up chalkboard like normal. Click on this drop down here. And then choose either illustrations or vectors. And you get all these cartoonish versions of blackboards, like this one, which I like. but oh, it says AI generated, and uh, you might not be allowed to use AI generated content for one reason or another. And this is why I love Pixabay even more, because we have content type here where we can choose to filter only content made by hand and not by AI using this authentic only filter. Now let's go ahead and find something we can use for the thumbnail, and rest easy knowing there is no AI content in here. Ooh, this one. Not this one. I think I like this one. So I'm going to download this one. So we can double check chalkboard of our list because we found both a realistic version and a cartoonish version. Now let's go ahead and click and find. Now let's go ahead and find a kit. But and now that we know anything in Pixabay is free to use, let's stick to this website instead of searching anywhere else, so we don't have to worry about copyright infringement. So kit, and in this drop down select all images. So we get photos, illustration, and vectors of kit all at once. Maybe this one. Download it. And now we just need to find a cartoonish version of a kit. But instead of continuing in Pixabay, I actually want to introduce you to another website, and that is openclipart.org. Write that down, openclipart.org. And here, and in Pixabay, you can find, you can find realistic images, right? Well, this website focuses specifically on non-realistic images like cartoons and clip art. As you can see, there is no realistic image from here. But what I like most about Open Clip Art is actually the license. Is the license here. Scroll down and scroll down until we see licensing, and this is what I love about Open Clip Art. All clip art are released into the public domain. And I will give you a reading on what public domain is if you're interested in reading it later. But for now, just know that public domain means you don't have to worry about copyright infringement. Just like the Pixabay content license, but much more flexible. So let's go back into the search and search for Kit. Just have a look around. Okay, maybe this one. And here in Open Clip Art, you probably want to be careful to download PNG bitmap and not download SVG. SVG, also known as scalable vector graphics, is actually better, but that's a topic for the Vector Studio, and we are still in the Pixel Studio. So for now, just make sure to download the PNG bitmap, the large one or the medium one, either will do. And if you see something like this, don't worry, that doesn't mean your download failed. Just right click on the image and save image as. Maybe I'll name this Cartoon Kit. Now let's go back to Pixabay and search for pizza. And while it's loading, let's double check the kit because we have both the realistic and the cartoonish version. Uh, uh, Man, I'm hungry now. All these realistic images of pizza just makes me want to skip recording this course and order some pizza. But don't worry, I'll stay strong for you guys. Oh yeah, double check we are using authentic content only. And maybe this one. No, it's not a whole pizza. I want a whole pizza. Maybe something like this. Oh, and there's a pretty cute cartoonist version just right here, so we don't need to go into open clip art. So let's just go ahead, download this one and this one. So free download. And see how there's small, medium, large. Just like how in open clip art there's small, medium, large. Well, small, medium, large here is the same as this bitmap. So that's what you want, not the vector graphic. That's the same as SVG in clip art. So let's just click large instead. Save. And now the pizza. The realistic pizza. Save that. And now we want to go back into our blank 3840 by 2160 canvas and save it for now. Save it as a blank thumbnail for now, or any name that you want. And that's it for this video. I just want you to make sure that you have set up the canvas correctly, specifically the document width and height, and also downloaded assets you can use without worrying about copyright infringement. And just before I finish off this video, I want to give you more wonderful websites, legendary websites where you can download images for free without copyright infringement like Pixabay, starting with pexels.com, Unsplash. So they both give you photos that you can download and use for free just like Pixabay. So if you ever need an asset in the form of an image, you can definitely come into any one of these, into Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash, or for non-realistic images into open clip art. But again, before you download anything from one of these stock images, check the license, okay? So let's just go ahead and try finding the license for Unsplash. Maybe it's in about, yep, it is here, Unsplash license. So Unsplash visuals, which include images, can be downloaded and used for free. Commercial, meaning uses that makes money, or non-commercial purposes, vice, which is the opposite of that. And you don't need permission, nor do you need to credit Unsplash, so that's still appreciated. You just can sell them without significantly modifying them or compiling them to make a website similar to Unsplash. And the reason why I emphasize reading the license before downloading is because some websites only allow free users to use their stock images non-commercially, meaning you can use them to make money or help you make money in any shape or form. In our case, YouTube thumbnail, that's not a non-commercial usage because the video can gain money from AdSense in the future. So we cannot use any images we don't have permission to use commercially. In this case, Unsplash allows commercial use, so you can rest easy knowing anything you download from Unsplash you can use to make money. But some stock websites, which I will not name, allows you to download their images for free but does not allow you to use them commercially. So yes, you can download images from their website for free, but you only get a license to use them non-commercially and you have to sign in or make an account. So, quick quiz. What should you do if you want to decide the page width and height of your Affinity document? What should you do before downloading anything on any stock image site? Comment all the right answers and I'll pin your comment. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.